What undoubtedly do we need to consider? Facing our future together. Our planet, Mother Earth, a vibrant sphere of life, is facing an unprecedented crisis. The very systems that sustain us are under threat. The delicate balance of nature is disrupted, pushing Earth towards a precarious tipping point. The evidence is irrefutable. Rising sea levels, extreme weather events, and mass extinction of species. These are not mere warnings. They are the consequences of our actions. The relentless increase in global temperatures driven by human activities is the primary culprit. Our insatiable appetite for fossil fuels has released an immense amount of greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. Carbon dioxide, the most significant of these gases, acts like a blanket around the Earth, trapping heat and warming the planet. This warming effect in turn triggers a cascade of changes in weather patterns, leading to more frequent and intense heat waves, droughts, floods, and storms. The consequences of these changes are far-reaching, impacting every corner of the globe. Coastal communities face displacement as sea levels rise, engulfing their homes and livelihoods. Farmers struggle with unpredictable rainfall, leading to crop failures and food shortages. Entire ecosystems are collapsing as species fail to adapt to the rapidly changing climate. We are witnessing the unraveling of the natural world, a world we depend on for our very survival. As if the immediate impacts of climate change weren't enough, a new and insidious threat emerges from the melting polar ice caps, ancient viruses. Locked away for millennia in the frozen embrace of glaciers, these microscopic time capsules are thawing out, carrying with them the potential for widespread disease. The Arctic, once a pristine and isolated region, is now a melting pot of potential pathogens. Scientists have already discovered viruses in the permafrost, the permanently frozen layer of soil, that are tens of thousands of years old. These viruses, dormant for centuries, are now being released as the permafrost thaws. While it is still unclear how dangerous these ancient viruses might be to humans, their very existence is a chilling reminder of the unforeseen consequences of climate change. The potential for a global pandemic sparked by an ancient virus released from the melting ice is a sobering thought. It highlights the interconnectedness of our planet and the delicate balance that we have disrupted. The thawing permafrost is a Pandora's box, and once opened, it may unleash a threat that we are ill-equipped to handle. In the face of this global crisis, it is disheartening to witness the rise of isolationism and nationalism. Instead of uniting to confront this shared threat, many nations are turning inward, prioritizing their own interests over the collective good. Walls are being erected, both literally and figuratively, dividing nations and hindering cooperation. This inward turn is a regression to our primitive instincts, a retreat to the safety of our own tribes in the face of danger. However, in today's interconnected world, such isolationism is not a viable solution. Climate change knows no borders. Its impacts are felt globally, regardless of nationality, ethnicity, or social status. The challenges posed by climate change are too complex and interconnected for any one nation to solve alone. We need global cooperation, a shared understanding that we are all in this together. Instead of building walls, we need to build bridges, fostering collaboration and sharing knowledge and resources to find solutions. Despite the daunting challenges we face, there is still hope. We possess the knowledge, the technology, and the resources to mitigate the worst effects of climate change and chart a more sustainable path forward. What we need now is the will to act, the courage to break free from the shackles of self-interest and embrace a vision of a shared future. The time for complacency is long gone. We need bold and decisive action, a global effort to transition to cleaner sources of energy, reduce greenhouse gas emissions, and protect our planet's biodiversity. This requires a fundamental shift in our mindset, a move away from the consumerist culture that has driven us to this brink and towards a more sustainable and equitable way of life. We need leaders who are willing to listen to the science, to prioritize the long-term well-being of humanity over short-term gains. Leaders who understand that true progress lies not in amassing wealth or power, but in creating a just and sustainable world for all. Our interconnectedness is not merely a philosophical concept, it is a fundamental truth of our existence. We are all part of this intricate web of life, inextricably linked to one another and to the planet we call home. The air we breathe, the water we drink, the food we eat, all connect us in a profound and undeniable way. Recognizing this interconnectedness is not about sacrificing our individual identities or national sovereignty. It is about acknowledging that our actions have consequences, not just for ourselves, but for others and for the planet as a whole. It is about understanding that our own well-being is intimately tied to the well-being of others, regardless of geographical distance or cultural differences. This shared destiny demands a shared responsibility. We cannot afford to leave the burden of addressing climate change to future generations. We must act now with urgency and determination to create a world where our children and grandchildren can thrive, a world where humanity and nature can coexist in harmony. We must stop pretending we are faithful and hold beliefs while refusing to face the clear, pressing facts. Too often we hide behind words of faith and conviction while ignoring the urgent truths that demand our attention. We live in a world where reality, the here and now, is brushed aside in favor of illusions that comfort us but keep us from action. Shasha 2024